At 7:02 this morning, polling locations across the state of Tennessee are starting to open up. After months of commercials, text messages, campaign speeches, and promises, voters in Tennessee will finally get their say in the primary elections. Now, voters will cast their ballots for offices like governor, U.S. Senate, U.S. House, several state and local races. There's also judge positions on the line and some county elections as well. Even though this is only the primary, we know that the results could give us a pretty good idea of who will ultimately win coming up in November, especially one of the biggest jobs, which is Tennessee governor, as Governor Bill Lee will be replaced. This morning, we're going to begin with Fox 17 News' Chris Knowles, who's live for us this morning. He's preparing to talk with Tennessee's Secretary of State about why this particular primary and this particular vote is getting so much attention.
Good morning, Justin. Yes, I'm joined here with the Secretary of State, Trey Hargett. Thank you so much, Mr. Hargett, for taking some time out of talking with me. So let's jump straight into it. Here in Tennessee, we've seen a lot of changes to the congressional map. And how sure are you that every county is ready with the right people on the ballots, the right candidates on the ballots for this election?
Well, there's a lot that goes into proofing the ballots. But, the locals have multiple sets of eyes looking at those ballots. I think the most important thing people know, this is the most widely publicized redistricting in the history of our state. Every person whose voter changed whose district changed got a postcard letting them know what their new congressional district is. So if people are watching the news, if people are looking online, if people are checking their mail, they've been told that what their new district is.
Now, some Middle Tennessee counties have seen an increase in early voting, and from your experience in early voting, is it a good measure that can help with election day turnout, or how long or short could lines be?
Yeah, what you don't know is did people decide to go vote early instead of election day, so is there a substitution effect? We know that historically about 60% of the vote is coming early, but there might be a lot of people who are waiting to make their decisions here up until the last minute, so we just don't know about that. I would say this: make a plan for going to vote. Typically the busier times are 7 to 9 in the morning, and then typically after work. It tends to be slower in the afternoon, but I don't think you're going to see lines around the state. I mean, election commissions around the state have worked hard to make sure they're appropriately staffed so they can handle the crowds.
Now, we have to ask you this last question. There's a new system that you have in place to spot voter fraud. What is this system? How can people use it? And can you give us an example of it?
Yeah, so if you'll text the letters TN to 45995, you'll be connected to our voter fraud text line, or you can call us at 877-850-4959. And the most important thing is, if you see something that looks funny, don't go tell a friend, don't go tell a neighbor. Call us so we can investigate it. Instead of letting things go viral, let's get to the bottom of any potential issues.
All right, you heard it right there. The polls are opening, or have opened here in Sumner County at 7 o'clock. Check your polling locations, your counties, to see when they open there, and all do close at 7 o'clock p.m. I'm Chris Knowles reporting live, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.